Hello, everybody. It is Rob, and I'm here with Dawna Lee. Am I saying it right? Heising? Okay.
Rising.
Okay. This is the fourth episode of Dead Memories Interviews, and by Riffing on Horror. And I am friggin' ecstatic to have you here with me tonight because as we were just chatting before the interview began, we've been talking about this for a while now.
I know. Yeah, I feel like you're one of my best friends now.
Because we've messaged like every other day, we're in contact, but that's what happens when both careers, I guess you could say, are starting to take off at the same time. You've been doing a lot of things since the 80s and 90s. But as you were just saying right now, like you're just like really getting into the swing of things. Like you're popping the hell off right now.
Working nonstop,
Right.
I'm tired.
Obviously. But one of the major things that everybody's going to know you for is being a former Miss Universe and being a former Miss World. Um, how did you handle those responsibilities when you were carrying those titles? Like, what did you have to do in order to maintain yourself correctly in a public eye? And how long was it for just a year, or like how did it go?
Well, each one was just a year. I won Ms. US Universe. I mean, Ms. US World. And then I won Miss World, and then I won Ms. Universe. So each one was a year. But I am a very obsessive person. So I've been entering pageants from the time I was 18. And so I was a city queen, Miss Orange County Universe. I mean, I've got, like, I have over 100 films now. I did over 100 pageants, and I either won or placed first runner up in all of them because, once you do a bunch of them, you get good at it.
Right. And then, of course, your name gets out there. People know what to expect from you. And you're, like you said, getting much better at them. Yeah. What were, again, like I said, also real quick, I want to note that Dawna does have a cold right now. So for those that are only hearing the audio version of this, because it's audio and video. So for those when you're listening on Spotify and all that, and if you hear her sounding a bit weird, she's got a cold. Leave her alone.
Yes, please. Please be nice.
So, all right. So as I was saying, what were your duties, I guess you could say, as Universe and World when you were carrying those different titles?
Well, those particular pageants were based in Florida. So we did a lot of, we went to Las Vegas a lot. I live in Huntington Beach. So I did a lot of appearances around Southern California, but I also did some in Las Vegas and then in Florida. So it's pretty much like, I mean, I was Miss Buena Park, I was Miss Cyprus. So I think with the cities, you do even more, like every weekend there's a ribbon cutting or, something like that. You have to go to city council meetings. I was Miss Los Angeles Chinatown many years ago. I was in Los Angeles Chinatown every weekend for an event. So it's not just, some of them are just winning the title. Like the Universe ones, that was mostly winning the title. I won a lot of swimsuit pageants and things like that. But the community pageants, the city queen pageants, Miss US World and Miss Universe, that took a lot of appearances. And, luckily I like doing it. I like wearing crowns. And I like meeting people. So with the Ms. World and Ms. Universe contests being based in Florida, I made a lot of my own opportunities, and I would go and go to events that I knew were happening, or by that time, I was in show business already. So I would go on the set and just represent the title. So I was always doing it and I was used to it.
That's awesome. Okay, so when you got your start in film, did you get your start in film after you winning your pageants, or did you get your start before that? I honestly forgot my notes in the other room because I was so frantic and getting everything together here tonight, because I was like, if I don't answer her call, I'm not going to get the interview.
Sorry for harassing you, but I have no Zoom and I wanted to make sure that, that I got hold of you. Actually, I was, I went to every school around here. I have an AS degree in chemistry from Cypress College, and I was a cheerleader. And then I have an AA degree from Fullerton College in theater arts. And then I went to every other school. But when I was up at UC Berkeley, and I was studying to be a dietitian, so I was taking chemistry, and by that time I was Miss Los Angeles Chinatown. So I was, even though I went to Berkeley, I was also taking Chinese. I won Miss San Francisco Universe, and so I got discovered for a role in Fantasy Island as Miss Hawaii. So that was how I got my start in show business.
Awesome. And then you went on to do Blade Runner. You had a
I
part
was
in
a
Blade
dancer
Runner?
in Blade Runner. In those days, it was completely different. They only had the 3 networks, and then they had big films, major films. And so I was very, very fortunate to have small roles in big productions
Right.
or big TV series. If you look at my IMDb, you'll see that you'll know everything from the first half, and then you'll know everything in the last 3 years, from when I returned.
Right.
So,
So you took a hiatus from acting and everything. What brought you back from that? Like, what, I guess you could say, what really drove you to take the hiatus, and then what brought you back to it?
well, it wasn't, I love acting. So I didn't really want to take the hiatus. And plus, anyone in the film world knows that it's a young person's industry. Like, if you're, all the scripts are geared towards 18-year-olds. And
Right.
it's
Okay.
so easy to get an agent when you're really young. So obviously, I didn't want to take a break, but I had to. I had just played Clea the Snake Dancer on Magnum PI, on the last Magnum PI, and I danced with a snake, and the trainer was off camera, and I thought it was my big break. I was so excited, but then, when the episode aired, I was like this big poster, and Magnum was sitting in front of me. So,
Oh, wow.
I'm still shown in it, but my whole dance was cut out. So that was disappointing. But,
Right.
but I was just happy to be on there because, I love Tom Selleck.
Right.
So
Who doesn't?
I know, even now.
Right.
I had a family emergency, and I had to move back with my mother, with my 2 daughters. And I had to finish my bachelor's, and I got my master's. So I had to go back to work, and I went back to Pepperdine University. And like I said, finished my bachelor's, got my MBA, and my daughters and I were living with my mother. And so then I went into the business world, and I was there about 10 years. I worked my way up to the vice president of technology. I'm the vice president of marketing in technology companies.
That's awesome, man. You have like kicked ass your whole life, even through like your adversaries, adversities. You you have seemed to just overcome so many different things, and with your perseverance and determination, that's incredible.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, you are currently working on what, three films right now. You're working on PTSD, you're working on Vampire Hills, and what else was the other one that you were just announced for? Or was PTSD the one you were just announced for, and then you had two other ones that you were working on?
Well, PTSD, I really want to talk about that because that
Yes.
one is very, very close to my heart. And I did finish shooting that 2 weeks ago.
Well, then hold on. Wait, I'm sorry to cut you off. Let's talk about the other ones first and then save PTSD because, like you said, you want to spend more time on that one. So let's talk about the other two first and then come back to PTSD because I know you're really excited about that one. Well,
actually, let me start with 2 years ago, I did a film called Bad President. And it was a SAG film that starred Eddie Griffin, the great Eddie Griffin. And that, I think, was the beginning of my career taking off because of Eddie Griffin, obviously. So I played one of his minions along with my good friend Robert Amico and Justin Shankaro. And Justin won a Golden Globe and an Emmy for Picket Fences. So it was a really exciting opportunity. All of our scenes were with Eddie, and Eddie took us to his show there, and it was just a wonderful experience filming. But it premiered at Cannes, but then the pandemic hit, so it didn't have a theatrical release here. But on September 11th. We're having a theatrical release at the Burbank Film Festival.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Jeff Rector runs the Burbank Film Festival, and he plays Trump in Bad President.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm excited about that because the film is hilarious. It's written by a journalist, and whether you're for or against Trump, it's just a hilarious movie. It's based on fact, everything that Trump did, awesome. Leading up to the election. And it's just based on what he did. So it's not, it's not really fiction, except for Eddie being the devil. So
that's awesome.
That one I'm really proud of, and it's still in play because we're having our theatrical premiere in Burbank on September 11th. I did a small scene in Samurai Cop 2 with Tommy Wiseau. And
what? Tommy Wiseau's in the movie in Samurai Cop 2?
This was 4 years, 3 years ago. But
okay, because I was gonna say I haven't seen that one yet. I saw the first Samurai Cop, but I didn't see the second one yet. I didn't know that it was out.
I have it came out years ago, and I have a really small role in it, but I was lucky enough to work with Tommy Wiseau. This is right fantastic. Before. What's the film that James
The Disaster Artist, James Franco did the Disaster Artist. Yes.
Right before that came out. So it was such great timing because I had this scene with Tommy, and then the Disaster Artist came out. So everybody really heard about the film.
Right.
And at the time, I didn't know who Tommy Wiseau was because I hadn't seen The Room.
Oh, man.
But he's so dynamic. There was something about him, and he's so nice. The scene was I'm supposed to be showing him how to use a sword. And he took me off set and showed me how to show him how to use a sword. He was so nice. If I had known who he was, I would have taken a million pictures. But it's like at 1 o'clock at night, and everyone was tired. And, but anyway, I'm very grateful to Gregory Hatanaka for giving me that role. So those are two really important films. And then I did Garden Party Massacre with Gregory Blair that won a million awards. And I play a crazy person in it, but it's a comedy. So it got such great reviews that I think that's another one that helps my career a lot. And thank you, Gregory. And then this year, I worked on Rod Smith's Distortion, and it's now called The Legacy. And Rod is a fantastic screenwriter. He wrote Mayday and Lockdown, which both were released by Lionsgate. So nice. He offered me the lead role of the psychiatrist Gnostic witch. So anyway, it's a great role, and I'm very grateful to Rod for giving me the opportunity, because I have 10 million lines in it.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, he had rehearsals for 2 months before, and he is a genius. I mean, he helped my acting so much in telling me how to phrase things and to do things, you know, just to do things that I hadn't gone over before. And I've been studying Stanislavski since I was like 20. I was with a theater company. And so I've been studying acting my whole life. I don't know if everyone knows that. And now I'm studying at South Coast Rep, and I'm learning the Uta Hagen method, which is more for stage and shows you how to move. So, right. And then I'm studying with Carol Foreman to do Shakespeare, because I did Lady Macbeth, and I also played Hamlet. but anyway, so I mean, I've been working on my acting for years, but Rod showed me different things like breath support and all sorts of things. And so I spent a month in New Mexico in March filming with Rod, and I can't wait to see the film.
That's going to be awesome.
It's got one of the most fantastic scripts I've ever read, you know. Awesome. So hopefully I haven't seen anything yet, but you know, hopefully everyone will like that. So I worked on that in New Mexico. I did, as you know, I've worked with Dustin Ferguson a lot. I did RoboWoman, I did Nemesis 5. I've worked with Dustin a lot. So as soon as I came back from New Mexico, like the day after, I shot with Dustin, and he gave me the role of Butch Patrick's wife in this secret dino film that's coming out. He has this, he has a contract with Wild Eye Releasing. So we don't even know the name of the film yet or anything, but Butch Patrick was on the Addams Family, and Rob Zombie is doing something with him now. So nice. I'm very grateful for Dustin to Dustin for giving me that role. So I shot that. I shot Arachnado 2 with Dustin on the beach. That's the one where I'm running in the swimsuit. And I am a bikini model, but I really haven't worn a lot of swimsuits on screen, you know, so that was a lot of fun. I shot, I just want to make sure that, you know, I get everything. I shot, I don't have this on here, but this is an old resume. I shot The Boss Man with JJ Stomp. And then I have the lead role in a film called The Paradise Motel. So I spent 2 weeks shooting that, and that will be coming out around Halloween. And then I filmed PTSD in Palm Springs, and I know I did something else.
Wasn't it the vampire?
Oh, that's my own film. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, no, there's another one that I just did. I had like a just really fun part in it, cameo, and it's Sean C. Phillips, Amityville Karen. which
Okay.
is just, I mean, it's hilarious. So, I mean, it's going to be a really fun film. I'll talk about uh, Down and Out in Vampire Hills
Right.
first. Okay, now I've shot with Craig Railsback three times now, and he's Steve Railsback's nephew. And Steve Railsback played Manson. You know, I mean,
Okay.
he's just huge.
Right.
And Craig is working on a documentary about Richard Rush with his uncle, with Steve Railsback,
Okay.
because they did The Stuntman, which is a really famous film.
Right.
So anyway, Craig has his own film company. He knows what he's doing, but he's also an American Airlines pilot. So
Oh.
I was so lucky that he knows my best friend, Dr. Rena Wolzinger, who lives 2 streets over from me. She was my Final Cut Pro professor, you know.
Okay.
So anyway, Craig shot Dark Classics for me, and that's where I did the Lady Macbeth monologue. I won Best Actress for that. He shot Fireside Classics for me, which is the Hamlet monologue, which is being used in Tony Mardone's The Witches of the Sands.
Nice.
So that's another one that I'm in. And so they both won awards because Craig is just so fantastic. The Fireside Classics has won like 3 awards now, and that's all I entered it into.
Wow.
So anyway, I wanted to win more awards, so I said, okay, Craig, let's do something else. I thought it would be something just simple, you know, filming in Rena's backyard, and he would make it great. But this time we have Rena's sister, who's also a doctor, and her name is Dr. Heather Joseph Witham. And she used to be on Mythbusters.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's a fantastic screenwriter. So she wrote the script, and the script is fantastic, but there are tons of scenes and tons of locations, and it was just a much bigger project than I had expected. Rena edits everything we do.
Okay.
And so anyway, once we got the script, we knew it was going to be a bigger project.
Right.
So we have Sean Gloomies, who is an educator, a huge educator at Golden West College. He has come on to be an executive producer and help with everything. He does all of our graphics, and he did the poster. We've shot, I think, 4 days on it already. And I brought in Ken May, and I brought in LaJean Stewart, who is hilarious. I brought in Bill Housekeeper, who is with my agent, Diana Carter, and I met him at Diana's birthday party. And
Wait a minute. So your agent's name is Diana Carter?
she's
Okay.
wonderful.
No, well, I was gonna say, that's the name of Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, Diana Carter. That's
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
she is a Wonder Woman on her own. You know, she's Diana Ramos Santiago Carter. But,
Oh man, there you
know,
go.
and she's with Ericus. I mean, I'm with Ericus and Ebots, which is her company.
Right.
So, I mean, she has been responsible for my career just going up lately.
That's awesome. Awesome.
I've only been with her, you know, since the beginning of the year. But
Oh man. Okay.
she is just a force of nature.
Awesome.
You know? And I also love my manager, Joe Williamson. I mean, he handles Destin too. I introduced them. Joe always has my back, and he's gotten me tons of awards, and he gets me reviews, and he's like my best friend. I've been with him for at least 3 years now. And I wanted to mention that because he is one of my best friends. But with Down and Out in Vampire Hills, because of the quality of the talent we've gotten, and because we're taking our time shooting, because I'm shooting nonstop, and because Craig's off flying for for American Airlines, we've had to take our time on it. So it's, in fact, I just found out we're shooting Saturday.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm getting the director, and Walter asked me, but I told you I have the lead in the Paradise Motel. Well, Walter and his wife, Vera Taylor, are going to come down and be our guest stars in this portion.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're award-winning actors. So I'm really looking forward to that. We don't have the script yet, but we like cutting things close. So anyway, that's happening on Saturday. And so I can't wait till people see this film, because it's turned out to be so much more than any of us had ever dreamed. And I'm going to put it into tons of film festivals as a short film. Oh, I also shot this fantastic music video called Black City Nights. And I'm sure that anyone who's my friend on Facebook is sick of me, because I'm so proud of it. I put it up, every week. But it was, it features a duo called Always You, they're brothers. And it was directed by Nathan Castile. And Justin McWilliams is the DP. And it's just a beautiful music video. I'm so honored and grateful that they contacted me to be in it, because of another video I did with Alan Wagner a couple of years ago that got millions of views, because it's so funny, because Alan's so talented, and it's called Rickman's Cops. And I hope you'll look that up if you haven't seen it. That is hilarious. Well, so anyway, I shot that. Then I also shot Casey Musgrave's upcoming video out in Lancaster. We were supposed to go to Las Vegas, but the day before we were supposed to leave, the shoot got postponed because certain really important people got COVID. So this music video had a huge budget. I mean, because they canceled it the day before. And you may or may not see me in the video, because it had a cast of thousands. So I don't know, but I made so much money on that video. It was unbelievable. And I mean, my part, like I said, you may or may not see me. I mean, my husband is a certified financial planner, and he's so proud of me this year because I'm making a lot of money, which has not been the case before. So, because he's had to pay for everything before, so that I did that last month.
And that's all really exciting. So you said that you have more films that you are going to be working on this year. So before we get to PTSD, so what are the other films that you're going to be working on?
Well, I'm really excited about all of these films. I'm going to be doing a film with Ian Stevens called Rescued Innocence about sex trafficking. And it stars Jennifer O'Neill and Robert Lasardo.
Yep, I've seen you promoting that.
And then I'm going to be doing a family film called The Rose Wagon. And it's Sandy Slavin's film, and it stars me and Robert Donovan. I'm playing a mother. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, because because I want to play mothers. I do have to say one thing though. I am not a scream queen. You've looked at my resume, so you know that I've done dramas and comedy.
Yep.
I love comedy. So,
Yep.
but I don't want to get typecast as anything. So I'm
Right.
really happy to be doing a family drama. But I have to say, someone who unfriended me because of my profile picture. And I mean, my uncle is Tak Fujimoto. He was the DP on Silence of the Lambs in Philadelphia. So
okay. Wow.
I thought you knew that.
No,
well,
I didn't. Wow.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's a legend. He's in textbooks. So
Yeah.
I can't embarrass my family. I have never done nudity. I'm a bikini model. Okay, I'm a swimsuit model. But I couldn't believe it. It showed some cleavage, and so she unfriended me. But I'm sure, but I'm just really happy to be doing a family-oriented film.
That's awesome.
I'm going to be playing Lady Dark in Sean GK's X the End Time, and I'm really excited about that. That's going to be filming at the end of the year, and it's a sci-fi film, and if you see the trailer, it's fantastic. I'm so excited about doing that. I'm going to be playing Layla Jane in Dante DeAnthony's The Magnificent Raiders of Dimension War 1. And
that sounds cool.
It's fantastic. And it stars Daniel Baldwin, Tom Sizemore, Bai Ling, Robert Lasardo, all sorts of stars. And I believe that it's anime. Am I saying that right? Anime. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so anyway, I'm just so excited to be working with those stars. And
that's awesome.
Dante is incredible. If you look at his work, I mean, it will blow you away. It's kind of like, X the End Time at sci-fi. And so that's going to be incredible. And I did want to say that something great happened this week. My star meter went up to 92.
Oh, okay. That's why you were putting the picture up there. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it was 193 like in my first go at Hollywood because I was doing so much stuff. But this is the highest it's ever been. So I'm really excited, and I really have been working a lot. I'm not really sure how it goes, but I've been working with stars, thanks to the filmmakers and Diana. And so I really believe that that's the reason. And
definitely.
It's what I've been working for. I do want, it's like I'm never satisfied. I'm not where I want to be yet. I want to be on network TV or on a streaming platform or both, and to work with stars, not because they're stars, but because they're great actors. There's a reason why they're stars. So Diana is helping me achieve that goal, and I'm really excited about that. Diana is the co-executive producer, along with Tony Devon, of PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge. Tom Anderson is an award-winning screenwriter. He wrote it, and everyone, I can't say everyone, but a lot of people in Diana's company are veterans, and Diana's a veteran herself.
Okay.
I told you my husband's a certified financial planner. So he doesn't get too involved in my career. He doesn't go anywhere with me because he's always working. And I can barely keep him, awake with A-listers movies. So I don't force him to do anything, but he is the most supportive husband in the world. I do have to
That's
say
awesome.
that he supports everything I do, but he's really glad that I'm doing good things now.
Right.
He went to Diana's birthday party with me because he knew everyone there was going to be a veteran, and he's really
Right.
proud of being a veteran himself, an Army veteran.
Right.
So PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge, is a film about veterans by veterans. I'm not a veteran myself, but
Right.
my dad came over from China when he was 10. He lived in the back of a laundry, and he joined the Air Force when he was 15. The Air Force trained him in computers, and he went to Stanford after that, and he got his MBA, and he had 12 computer patents when he died. So my
Wow.
dad was a proud member of AMVETS his entire life, practically.
Damn, that's awesome. That's incredible. That's very incredible. My father was in the Vietnam War. My brother was in Desert Storm. I had my great uncle died in World War II. So like I understand the lineage and the history, and I've been excited to talk about PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge, with you because I feel like from what I've seen about it, it's a very interesting take on the when war's done and how the soldiers cope with it and everything, and like that's always something that never gets talked about much. It's kind of like pushed under the rug. So I'm glad that you guys are doing something like this. It's really awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful to know about your heritage. So you're probably, I mean, I love veterans. I mean, they sacrifice so much for us to keep us safe. And that's one of the reasons I'm so proud to be with Diana.
And I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to make it known to everybody that it's not anything about political affiliation or anything like that, because people take this shit way too seriously nowadays. It's about the veterans, and it's about them and their lives and what they've done and what happens to them afterwards. I want to make that perfectly clear that people can take that and kind of go another direction with it. Everybody's allowed to love veterans. Everybody's allowed to do that. And I fully support veterans. So I wanted to make that clear on both of our ends, because everybody can take something and go however they want with it nowadays. You know what I mean?
Well, as I've said, my husband is a certified financial planner. So you can imagine that maybe he's a little conservative. If you saw him, he looks like a bank president. You know? Like, but he's the best. But bad president, you know, I did it because it was a great role, and it was working with Eddie Griffin, you know, so I've gotten hate mail or president, and nobody knows what I really think. I do roles because they're good roles, you know, or great movies. And I did, at the time I did Bad President, my friend Robert Amico was a producer on it. So, you know, I'm really glad that you said that, because it seems like we have to apologize for well, like I said, someone unfriended me because of my profile picture. So, you know, they probably look at this dress and unfriend me. Okay, but PTSD is just amazing. It's a short film, and it's going to have a sequel, but it was written by a veteran, Tom Anderson. It stars Daniel Baldwin, Robert Lasardo, Oksana Lada, and Oksana Lada played, I've never watched The Sopranos, okay, so, but the lead character in The Sopranos, she played his mistress. So, I mean, she's
got accolades on her, yes.
Okay, so you know, I mean, she played my daughter in it. And I have a small role in it, but it's a very important role. Tom Sizemore's in it. And Tom Anderson, the screenwriter, and he's won 10 million awards. He played my husband in it, and he's writing the sequel.
Right.
So I'm so excited. I really didn't know what the plot of the film was when I got there. I was just really excited to be working
Right.
with the quality of the cast.
Right, absolutely, because it's a damn good cast, yeah.
Yeah, and also Diane is co-directing it, and my friend Mike Lee is co-directing it. And I'm going to be working in one of Mike Lee's movies coming up too. It's called, I believe it's called The Summoning.
Okay.
And Paula Moyer Morgan is also with Diana. She was the assistant director and the line producer on PTSD. So I'm going to be working with her also.
Right.
And so all of these people are my favorite people, but I'm not going to give away the plot.
Nope, don't do it. Yeah, don't give away
PTSD,
anything.
that
It's impactful.
okay, let me say, it was shot in Palm Springs, and I'm a terrible, terrible driver. In my GPS, I live in Huntington Beach. My GPS sent me on the Ortega Highway. So there were like 20 miles of all of it. It's like going up to Big Bear. And
Right.
I'm going like, 10 miles an hour because I was afraid I was going to fall over the cliff. And everyone's behind me honking, so it was so stressful.
Yeah.
And I stayed overnight because my call time was like at 7 the next morning. And I got on set and I heard Robert Lasardo and Oksana scene, and it was incredible. I mean, it was so dramatic,
Right.
but real,
Right.
and scary. And Robert gets into his roles. I've heard about him before because he's in every horror film around, but I'd never met him before. He is incredible. I mean, he's
Intense.
scared. Yeah. So that you can imagine what the plot of the film is. I
Yep.
didn't expect to be scared. I
Right.
thought it was just a straight drama.
Right. No. Yeah. Like I said, I know I'm 100% aware of what the plot is because, the movie title will tell you alone, especially if you have family in the military or have served or everything. But yeah, I really want to see this.
I
So
want
when it comes
everyone
out, yeah.
It's going to be so fantastic. And like I said, this is a short film, but there's going to be a sequel too. And I'm not sure if they've shot the war scenes yet, but those are going to be scary too. Well, I mean,
Yes.
you probably know more about that than I do. Tom was telling, Tom's the screenwriter, so he lived through it, and he was telling me about it. So I can't wait to see the film, just to see all of it happen on screen.
Right. Yeah, to see how everything's put together and how it turns out and everything in total. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, I think.
Yeah, and it's made by veterans, so that it's going to be realistic and it's going to be great.
Do you know what the final runtime of it's going to be when it's done?
It's going to be longer than the typical short film because they had the scenes with Oksana and Robert. They had the scenes with Oksana and the family. There's so many plot points in it. And then they're filming the war, during the war. So it's gonna have to at least be a half hour, I would think.
Awesome.
But we'll see. I'll let you know, and we're friends now.
Absolutely.
So now I know the best way to get hold of you is Instagram,
Yep.
not Facebook, because I've tried.
We know that I've been through a few different Facebooks because apparently Mark Zuckerberg and his cronies hate me for some reason. So I get banned on Facebook just for farting or sneezing. I don't even know what I do. But yeah, Instagram is definitely for me the best way to get a hold of you. I don't want people stalking you now. Like, don't say for everybody to just like contact you on Instagram because there's some weirdos out there.
Yeah, not tell me. Well, on Facebook too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was telling someone the other day, like every other week I hear from a troll. And when I first started in this business, I was really sensitive. But
Right.
now, I've got such thick skin,
Right.
now you can't hurt me. I'll
Right,
just
yeah.
block you, and it makes my day to block you.
Yep,
If you try to insult me. So that's just the way it is. It's the truth. And it gives me great pleasure to block you.
Right. So now going from blocking people to stomping city blocks, you just got an email that's very important.
Yes.
You like that? You like that segue, huh? That was a good segue.
That was great. And I want you to talk about it because you know more about kaiju than I do. Obviously. Okay, I just got an email from DeWitt Dutoit and his brother Rudolph Dutoit, and they're the CEO and founders of the Kaiju Film Festival. And the festival is going to run from October 31st through November 2nd. And it's on Film Freeway. I believe it's going to go live tomorrow. And I am going to be the festival queen. I'm so excited. I got this out of the blue. I've been in pageants my whole life, and I've been a festival queen before, but I'm so excited because kaiju is about Godzilla. And I used to watch Godzilla movies with my dad when he was alive, and I'm half Japanese.
Right.
So I'm really, really honored and grateful, and thank you so much, Dutoit and Rudolph. I'm very, very honored, and I can't wait for the festival.
It's going to be awesome because the word kaiju is not just for Godzilla, but it's for all the giant monsters like Rodan and King Ghidorah and all those, and like all the villains and all the other heroes as well. So that's what they're lumped as is kaiju. So yes. So it's when you said that, man, I was like, you got to be friggin' kidding me. Like I
show to announce it on then, because I had to look kaiju up, and that's when I got really excited.
Yes. I wonder what you're going to be doing for everything. Like, are you going to be making like announcements, or did they not, or is that the only thing that they said in the email? Like, boom, you're just going to be here and you're going to be the queen.
Well, obviously it's going to be Zoom because they're in a different country. I'm trying. It's the Kaiju International Film Festival, and they're recognizing filmmakers and actors in the genre of monsters and mutants. And
that's awesome.
I know so many filmmakers that do those type of films. So I can't wait to start promoting it because I want my friends to win awards. And I've been in Nemesis 5. I played a cyborg. I was in Dustin Ferguson's Moon of the Blood Beast, and Alan Maxson, who played King Ghidorah in the last Godzilla movie, played the Blood Beast in that film.
Awesome. Oh my God.
So I really didn't know who I only knew who Godzilla was. I didn't know who King
Right,
Ghidorah was. I guess
right.
Godzilla or somebody has 3 heads.
That's King Ghidorah. Yeah, King Ghidorah has 3 heads. He's got crazy big ass wings. Um, and in the last one, King of the Monsters, the one that came out in 2014, when King Ghidorah was on there, there was a iconic scene of King Ghidorah with his wings out and electricity, like lightning going on behind him, and he was standing on top of a church. So you have like the cross there while he's looking like a demon straight from hell. Like it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Like the
Was that
cinematography in that movie.
was that the latest one with
Well, the latest was Godzilla versus Kong. That
okay.
was the one
No,
that came out last year. But King Ghidorah, that was the 2014 one. That was King of the Monsters.
okay,
So,
I watched that because I didn't know it was 2014. I know I worked with Alan Maxon
oh
and I
wait, you know what?
watched
2018
okay,
or 2020.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I watched that just because of Alan, because I wanted to see
right,
who King Ghidorah was.
right. Because the Godzilla, when Legendary Pictures took it over, that was 2014, and then King of the Monsters came out in 2018, and then Godzilla versus Kong in 2020. Man, I am excited for this. Like that's awesome.
I know. Well, you know, they're not saying where they're located, but
Okay.
um, I looked them up and they're filmmakers themselves. They did a Tarzan movie. So I
Okay.
believe, I'm not going to even guess the country because I
Which
want to
one?
get it wrong. It's a different country. So I mean, I'm going to interact with them on Zoom, but I am going to be at, at the awards ceremony, and I'm going to be doing whatever they ask me to do because I'm so excited
Right,
about this. Because I
right,
I just love this type of movies. You know, I
right,
mean, like I told you, I'm not really a scream queen.
right,
I've just done a lot of horror films, but mostly psychological horror. I'm not really into heads being cut off with chainsaws and stuff like
right.
that. But I have always loved monsters.
Yes.
Um, I was really excited to be in Arachnido too because it's got these flaming monsters. Um, so um, that that to me is just really huge. So that's my big announcement.
Well, I'm so glad that you shared it here because um, the episode will probably be going up 24 hours from now. So,
Oh,
yeah. So it's going to be a quick turnaround. So yeah, I'm like ridiculously excited that you announced it. So
well, by the time this comes out, then the Kaiju International Film Festival will be live on Film Freeway. So
right.
anybody who has a film like this, please go check it out
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
these are filmmakers themselves. I mean, they made a great Tarzan film,
Right.
and this festival it's really international because they're
Yeah,
international. So
right.
it's
Correct.
just going to be a huge production, and I'm really excited to be the queen of it.
um, I think we've covered a lot here,
Yes,
right? Like, I
I
mean, we've
think,
covered
yeah, we've covered probably, everything that's happening right now, I think.
awesome. I enjoyed this interview with you so much, Donna. I feel like I finally get to talk to you. It wasn't an interview, it was more of a conversation, like you said, between friends earlier, just catching up. Um,
Well,
so
we have so much in common. And see,
yeah,
I only see, like you said, you're not on Facebook, so I only see you're riffing on horror posters. So I've never really seen you talking.
right, right.
I mean, I know I'm sponsoring. Um,
You're going to be helping to sponsor the Sam Haines Havoc, yes, on October
okay, so
31st.
what
That's
is
our
that?
live event.
I
That's
don't
our
have
live.
time.
I'll condense it real quick. That's our first ever live event attended by fans. So we have 12 or 13 different shows that we do but some of them are just like for YouTube, and some of them are just for, you know, other things like Twitch and stuff. But we put out 2 podcasts, and myself and Josh put out Robin Neoz's Side B, which will do like music video reactions. One of the podcasts that we do is called Done to Death, and that's Kelsey and myself. She'll take on a true crime for the week, and she'll give you all the Yes, she'll give you the rundown of the true crime, and I'll talk about the horror movie or the serious drama that they did to try to replicate that true crime. And then we'll both talk about what they did right, what they did wrong. And then, you know, we go and do it like that. And then myself and another friend, Josh, we do horror wars, where we talk about the original horror film and then we put it up against the remake. So, yes.
I idea you did all of that. And I love true crime. I'm addicted to it.
Well, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on everything. Myself and Kelsey, I think we've gotten 4 episodes done so far. So we just started it a little bit ago, so you're not too far behind. You just got to look up Riffing on Horror on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you use, and it'll pop up. Even if you just put Riffing on Horror in the Google search bar, we take over like the first like 3 pages of it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I am going to send you enough tonight so I could get the Kaiju International Film Festival on your step and repeat as soon as they get a poster, because it's not up yet.
Right. Awesome. So I fully appreciate this. You are a magnificent woman. You've done a lot. You've been through a lot. And your star is just shining brighter now than it ever has been, and that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I thank God, and I thank Joe, and I thank Diana. So, I mean, the future looks really bright, and
Very
thank
much
you for
so.
having me on. I'm glad that I finally got to see you.
I'm glad. Well, I've been seeing you everywhere, so it's
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll be talking again.
absolutely. Yes. So you have a great night. Thank you again, and Josh, whenever you're ready.